The arena pulsed with electric anticipation. A sea of faces bathed in the glow of overhead lights, their cheers swelling as the fighters' names echoed through the speakers. Ryan Garcia, the young American sensation from Los Angeles, strode toward the ring, his face a mask of focus, eyes sharp like a predator's. His red and gold trunks gleamed under the spotlight, a nod to his rising star status, his hands wrapped tight, ready to unleash the speed that had already made him a highlight reel. Darling. Across the ring, Jayson Velez, the gritty veteran from Puerto Rico, bounced lightly on his toes, his weathered features betraying a calm resolve. His black and white trunks bore the flag of his homeland, a symbol of pride for a fighter who'd seen countless battles and never backed down. The crowd's roar reached a fever pitch as the referee called them to the center, their gloves touching briefly before the bell rang, signaling the start of a clash that promised fireworks. The opening round began with cautious probing, both men circling, their jabs snapping like whips. Garcia, with his lanky frame and explosive reflexes, flicked out a left hand, testing Velez's guard. The Puerto Rican, shorter but stocky, bobbed his head, slipping the jab and firing back with a stiff right to Garcia's midsection. The crowd buzzed, sensing the chess match unfolding. Garcia's footwork was fluid, his long legs carrying him out of range as Velez pressed forward, looking to close the distance. A quick exchange saw Garcia land a crisp 1-2 combination, the crack of his gloves against Velez's guard reverberating through the arena. Velez, unfazed, answered with a looping left hook that grazed Garcia's chin, a reminder of the veteran's power. The bell sounded, and both fighters returned to their corners, eyes locked across the ring, each calculating their next move. As the second round kicked off, Garcia's confidence began to shine. His hands, impossibly fast, unleashed a flurry of punches, a blur of red gloves targeting Velez's head and body. The crowd erupted as a straight right snapped Velez's head back, but the Puerto Rican absorbed it, his iron chin holding firm. Velez countered with a vicious body shot, digging into Garcia's ribs, forcing a brief grimace from the young star. The exchange set the tone. Garcia's speed and precision against Velez's relentless pressure and durability. The Puerto Rican kept coming, his head movement sharp, weaving through Garcia's punches to land a sneaky uppercut that caught the American off guard. The round ended with both men trading blows in the center of the ring, neither willing to give an inch, the crowd on its feet, roaring for more. By the third round, Garcia found his rhythm. His footwork became a weapon, allowing him to dart in and out, peppering Velez with jabs that kept the veteran at bay. A lightning-fast left hook caught Velez flush, the impact echoing through the arena like a thunderclap. Velez staggered but stayed upright, his experience kicking in as he clinched to buy time. The referee broke them apart, and Garcia pounced, unloading a 3-punch combination that forced Velez to cover up. The Puerto Rican, however, was no stranger to adversity. He fired back with a looping right hand that clipped Garcia's temple, drawing gasps from the crowd. The exchange was frenetic, each man testing the other's resolve, their gloves flashing under the bright lights as sweat sprayed with every blow. The bell rang, and the fighters' chests heaved, their eyes burning with determination. The fourth round saw Velez dig deep, his veteran instincts taking over. He began to cut off the ring, forcing Garcia toward the ropes, where his speed was less effective. A brutal left to Garcia's body landed with a thud, and for a moment the young fighter's guard dropped. Velez capitalized, throwing a combination that ended with a sharp right cross, rocking Garcia's head back. The crowd sensed an upset brewing, their cheers shifting to Velez's name. But Garcia, ever resilient, shook off the cobwebs and fired. Back with a blistering counter, his left hook landing with pinpoint accuracy. The momentum swung like a pendulum, each fighter refusing to yield. The round ended with a tense stare-down, the air thick with the promise of more violence to come. As the fifth round began, Garcia's youth and athleticism started to take their toll on Velez. The American's combinations grew sharper, his punches snapping through Velez's guard with surgical precision. A devastating 1-2 sent Velez stumbling backward, his legs wobbling for the first time. The crowd roared as Garcia pressed his advantage, his hands a blur as he targeted Velez's head and body. A vicious uppercut rocked the Puerto Rican, his knees buckling momentarily before he caught himself on the ropes. Velez, summoning his warrior's heart, fired back with a desperate flurry, landing a solid right that forced Garcia to back off. The exchange was electric, the arena shaking with the crowd's energy as both men fought with everything they had. The bell couldn't come soon enough for Velez, who trudged back to his corner, his face marked with the toll of Garcia's onslaught. Sixth round was where the fight reached its climax. Garcia, sensing weakness, came out like a man possessed. His punches flowed in a relentless rhythm, each one landing with more force than the last. Velez, battered but unbowed, kept his guard. High, absorbing punishment while looking for a counter that could turn the tide. A thunderous left hook from Garcia caught Velez on the chin, and the Puerto Rican's legs gave way. He hit the canvas hard, the crowd leaping to its feet as the referee began the count. Velez, with the heart of a lion, struggled to his feet. At 8, his eyes defiant despite the swelling around them, Garcia didn't hesitate, charging forward with a barrage of punches that pinned Velez against the ropes. A final right hand landed flush, and Velez crumpled again, the referee waving off the fight as the arena exploded in cheers. The aftermath was a mix of celebration and respect. Garcia raised his gloves in triumph, his boyish grin breaking through the warrior's facade as the crowd chanted his name. Velez, though defeated, stood tall, embracing Garcia in a show of mutual respect that silenced the arena for a moment. The commentators' voices cut through the noise, praising Garcia's blistering speed and Velez's unyielding heart. Slow-motion replays captured the fight's defining moments. Garcia's lightning-fast combinations, Velez's stubborn counters, and the knockout blow that sealed the Americans' victory. The screen faded to stats Garcia's punch output, dwarfing Velez's, his accuracy a testament to his skill, while Velez's durability earned nods of admiration. As the highlight reel closed, the focus shifted to what came next. For Garcia, the win was another step toward stardom, his name now whispered alongside boxing's elite. For Velez, the loss was a testament to his grit, a reminder that even in defeat, a fighter's spirit could shine. The final shot showed both men leaving the ring, Garcia waving to the crowd, Velez nodding to his corner, their paths diverging but forever linked by this night. The music swelled, a dramatic crescendo that carried the viewer out of the arena and into the legacy of a fight that would be talked about for years. The screen faded to black, the words Ryan Garcia versus Jayson Velez, fight highlights lingering, a promise of more battles to come in the unforgiving world of boxing.